Yeah, again, but
Canelo loading up on.
Yeah, recently Canelo just.
He wants to use that hook to keep Charlo.
One of the areas both fighters want to open. He's known as a good counter punch.
And you know what he likes to slip and what he likes to counter from Charlo. I mean, the way that Canelo outside jabbed, straight punches, and Charlo's letting Canelo.
Remember what happened to Callum Smith? Just suffered the biceps injury.
Some of these power punches.
He's too early.
He's getting those punches. So would like to see.
Canelo told us, and the ability to change a fight on a dime. Here's Chill along the ropes, moving to his right, goes to the body with the left hook, being mussy.
You get the opportunity, you take it.
Oh, it's
told us he feels healthy for this fight. The nagging injuries have.
At the high altitude.
Kubu guard of Canelo comes forward with that. And there's a right hand, but again, Canelo
letting his hands go.
Number 2.
We don't know how those punches are impacting.
There's the jab.
In this match, he's landing 40 size because it's early, but the
yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of the Oleon single shots, and that's what he's
able to do much work in there himself.
Coming in, they had 100 fights between. He's had the most professional fight, has been a professional for nearly 2 decades compared to 259th round this, and Canelo has
exactly the same age at 33.
In fact, Canelo
been hurt once that I can remember against Cotto. That was years ago.
There's not a good uppercut, and they would be effective for him. We'll see if it can be.
But there's single shots from Charlo. He's got Canelo busy.
Stay off those ropes. Forced to back up cuffs. Charlo, and now Canelo measuring them. They're splitting the guard, but Canelo out from despite throwing the jab, and Canelo continues to go through 3 rounds. Oh, Canelo. Jermell Charlo.
Another thing is that he hits the shoulders a lot.
Talked about what he did at
start. Him kind of really isn't always characteristic of Canelo, because we talked about him taking some time to really almost from the. And the left hook.
Canelo by Charlo.
Canelo Alvarez told us very good weapon, so he's got hit with one.
And Canelo's left back. Momentarily keep him in. Canelo trying to fire off the jab.
Yeah, and just when Charlo was about to, reach here, a hard shot from.
And we mentioned all of the accolades, all of the experience, and what Canelo's vintage form here early.
A much sharper beginning than
to prove a point. Here's a guy who has generational wealth. The big, nice right, pound for pound, one of the best fighters on the planet. I mean, Canelo wanting to prove a point here tonight.
Mentioned that neither man is a big volume puncher. 30s in terms of punches, basically with those 40-ish punches.
Shots count. 20 seconds left here in the 4th, and another left undisputed super middleweight champion. Charlo, but unable to follow up, and then eats a stiff jab from Canelo. Props and said, hey, he'd probably be a pound weight class. Like, remember what Kovalev, what Charlo calls Canelo's speed has not been on display in that low.
Keynote.
He was against Bivol where he landed only 10.
Yeah, think of good point, Morrow. Very good point.
Yeah, Charlo hasn't been easy. Again, Charlo not throwing
interest to the body. And there's
Canelo throughout the whole fight, but it's easier said than done. It's
by Charlo, but single shot, body shots. Arsenal of Canelo in this one.
Point not buckled under any of those power.
Charlo's been down once against Charlie. And again, the patented shot.
Doesn't know where the punches are going. Canelo fakes the body.
Combinations.
Is exactly the way Jermell Charlo wishes the left hook.
And yet, Canelo continues to walk forward. 9 punches in the 5th, but nice jab.
Jermell Charlo, we don't know. Jermell Charlo has in other fights had issues in a bout with good finishes, especially.
Definitely not keeping Canelo off of him. Again,
Canelo back to cutting off the ring.
If there is fatigue, Canelo Alvarez later, but that's. Getting there, but again,
of this fight.
Hook to the body and to the head.
Finds himself on the ropes again, trying to fight back. Back on the front foot, back on.
At this juncture.
He was always very. Last 3 fights, not so much. In the danger zone, left hook to the body. Good head movement there by Canelo. Again, a attack from Charlo. Right up. 54-pound champion. And Steve Farhood.
Give Charlo the 5th round more effective shots. It was that overhand right that goes around the guard as well. He's cutting off the ring well, so 59-55 at the halfway mark.
And Canelo doing a way better job. Most of the times he would just hook his way.
Oh, the right hand that staggered Charlo Forzo down for the 2nd time in his career. Uncorks it again for Jermell. Charlo finds himself in the corner. Canelo. Left hook behind the guard by Charlo. Canelo keeps. Taking a knee in the round, and that right hand has produced some highlights in Canelo's career.
Alvarez serving him well. He's able to walk right through it.
Right uppercut on the ropes. Under 30 seconds left in the 7th. Another solid right
from Charlo, really, because that was a hard right hand.
Yeah. It's actually kind of
knee after a straight right hand and an uppercut from Kakov. Round number 8, and a right hand to the body by Canelo. The uppercut on the inside.
And that being a 10-8 round, it puts Charlo scoring, of course, in a bigger hole.
Movement, but doing a great job of cutting off the ring and keeping Charlo to really develop any kind of rhythm from the smothering pressure of Canelo.
To a knockdown, we believe many of the
Canelo getting top signs.
There's not, but that
move to the high altitude, the temples, but Canelo digs down deep.
14 Alvarez, that he brought his family up there. He said, I love Harden. Apparently
because he's afraid of the counter punching.
Yep. You know, Charlo's had a couple of good offensive moments in this round that seem like enough to be winning a round.
Because of the fact he throws in to keep Charlo corralled. Charlo single shots. And
Jermell Charlo has been susceptible to left hooks in his career. Tonight he's been hit more with right hands. But here's Canelo doing the one thing that we have known Charlo has been susceptible to, a big left hook. Where's on?
Some hard shots from weight classes above the weight class that he normally fights.
Well, again, that's why I bring up the weight, too. And his own trainer, Derek James, wound to speed. He felt it was important.
On Canelo gets countered with the jab.
Charlo has landed some shots. He did that very well.
That keep Canelo at reach, enter for Canelo. But
and there haven't been too many of those guys. Only a combination work.
Charlo was... Now over.
And again, it's not overwhelming volume, but what's big Alvarez.
Right hand, he was there for it.
Yeah, he couldn't follow up at all.
At the risks, man. I can see why, of course.
The most important
2 combo.
I'm sorry, Canelo Alvarez out with it because it would likely be the hook.
Steps for Charlo up yet again to the wall.
Jermell Charlo's 3-1 in run fights. Canelo is 15 in 12-round fights.
Yeah, these rounds, and you know, Canelo being the 10th round, definitely great condition.
Charlo back.
He's showing toughness and taking the I2 divisions above him right now, and for his fortitude and courage.
This late in the fight, a lot of people, you know, throwing some punches, but again.
Good. As Charlo ropes again.
Leading into it. 150 jabbed Charlo in terms of landing jabs, and that's a really big...
While Charlo 28 of 232, and there's
a lot of combinations from Canelo. Just single shots, heavy shots, definitely.
Beautiful right hand, but, you know...
Go after it, push him. Sure.
Straight punches, what I've been saying, you know, for Charlo to throw. They don't Charlo, but no punches.
Alvarez was to go to the top, all the movement of Jermell.
According to unofficial scorer Steve Farhood, he is comprehensively out fighting Charlo, but Canelo continues to just pull.
You know, he normally lands, I said, 46% of his power punch. 40's at 39% in this fight, so he's not too far. And one of those punches created a knock.
Right uppercut from Canelo. Canelo.
Be careful.
1-2 through the guard. There's a jab popping Charlo's head back.
Of course, just winning a single impact this, but we don't know.
Body combination by Canelo. And as Charlo threw the left hook, chopping. Classes trying to knock off Canelo Alvarez. And just like every other round, it big
People at Canelo Alvarez has never been Steve.
Cotto's older brother back. Luminaries up and down. It's incredible. Just this is his 24th world.
Obviously, the whole experience that can. Unfortunately, I mean, there is glimpses of him trying, but again, it's
classes for a reason. A wise man, a big man beats the good little man. Although when we looked at this fight, we talked about Charlo having where Steve Fard gave Charlo round 5, but Canelo putting it all together. Canelo maybe has an trying to find a way.
There's kind of an exclamation mark about the way things have gone. The impact on Jermell Charlo
is on his way to retaining the undisputed super middleweight championship.
Saúl Canelo Alvarez.